Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new on this channel, please click the subscribe button and turn post notification on so you can be the first to be notified whenever I post my amazing recipes and kitchen with lifestyle tips. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. Today we'll be talking about spices. How does that sound? Don't mind me, guys. Anyways, we'll be talking about spices today. I'll be showing you spices that you need as an home cook to elevate your meals and take it to, a new level, a new dimension. I know there are some misconceptions about spices. People feel if you want to eat healthy meals, then you shouldn't spice your food that much. But that's actually far from the truth, because you can actually make healthy meals with some spices, and most of these spices and herbs also have their own nutritional benefits that they add to our meals. Apart from the fact that they add flavor to food, they also had a lot of nutritional benefits to our meals. Yes, we sometimes want to make simple meals without doing too much. I also do that as well, but it's important to know when to add some spices to your meal so you can get the most flavorful, delicious, and nutritious meal from time to time. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. I'm going to be as brief as I can so we can touch base on every of the spices I have here. The first spice we are going to be talking about is the rosemary leaves. This is very good. It is made from fresh rosemary leaves. This is the dried form. Getting fresh rosemary can be quite difficult. It's not in the open market most times. You only get them from the supermarkets or from the markets where they sell imported foodstuff. That's where you mostly get the fresh rosemary herbs. But this can be bought in the store. You can walk into any supermarket and pick this up. So the dried one is very convenient. Also, the fresh one, though very good, can also waste with time. It doesn't stay so long. After about 2, 3, 4 days, it's already spoiling and you can't even use it again. So this dried one is very convenient. You can use this to season your protein. I'm going to link a video in the description box where I showed you how you can make really flavorful meats. In that video, I used rosemary. If you are boiling any protein, you are cooking anything, you can add it into your stews, if you are marinating chicken, anything at all, you can add rosemary. Next is sesame seed, and this one I mostly use it to garnish chicken when I'm grilling, just to make it really nice. I also use it when I am baking, that is meat pie, chicken pie, and bread rolls, all those things. You can just garnish it, you can put it on top of it. You would have seen this when you buy snacks in the restaurant. But apart from using this to garnish when baking, I also blend this and add to my daughter's purees and smoothies. It is actually very, very good. Seeds are so nutritious and you should add them in your meal as much as you can. Personally, I use chia seed, I use sesame seed. Whatever seed you can get your hands on, you should incorporate them into your meal as much as you can. Okay. Next is my oregano. Oregano is an herb and it is also very, very nutritious. I particularly like oregano because it helps you give a good taste to your protein when you are marinating it, especially grilled chicken. Also, when I'm making my all-purpose spice, I ensure that I add oregano to it. I also use this to make pasta. It gives really nice taste and aroma, and you can use oregano in almost every dish that you cook. Next is garlic powder. Personally, I'm not much of a garlic person, that's the truth, but I try to tolerate it as much as I can because of the amazing benefits that it has. Garlic powder is really convenient. Sometimes you don't want to go through the stress of peeling garlic, blending it, and all that. Garlic powder comes really handy in making a lot of meals. So yes, you should have garlic powder in your kitchen. Up next is pepper soup spice, and we all know what this is used for. We mostly use it to make pepper soup, but you don't necessarily have to make only pepper soup with your pepper soup spice. It contains a lot of ingredients that can elevate your other meals. Be really open-minded about food. Don't just cook your food a certain way day in, day out. Pepper soup spice contains a lot of ingredients like dry ginger, alligator pepper, uyaya, kuda, uziza, and all those things that you would not necessarily go to the market to buy. And since all those things are already blended in one, then you should also be able to use it to, elevate your meal. You can make noodles with pepper soup spice. It is really good. It will give you a different taste. You can make some rice meals with pepper soup spice. You can even sometimes marinate your protein with it, and it will give you a different flavor entirely. You can make a lot of meals with pepper soup spice, so don't just limit it to just pepper soup. So yes, you should also have this in your kitchen. Next, I'll be talking about pepper, and this is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is dried shumbo that has been blended, and that is what it is. It has a really good color to meal, and also it has its own flavor to food. It has this subtle flavor that it gives your meal. This also goes into my all-purpose spice. I use this when I'm grilling. Still talking about pepper, I'll be talking about Cameroon pepper and black pepper. I like to blend my Cameroon pepper myself, or just buy from people that blend it so it's not mixed with anything. Cameroon pepper is really spicy, but it is very good in our meals, especially our local soups like ogbono, like your pepper soup and all those things. It has a rich taste and aroma, and it's also very spicy. I also really like black pepper because it can be used in different meals, and it has a really nice taste to food. You don't need black pepper in so much quantity, you just need a little of it. But the aroma it adds to food, the taste, honestly, it is one unique pepper. It is so unique, and if you've not started using black peppers in your meal, then you should be using black pepper. We also have white pepper. I currently don't have that, and I really don't buy that because white pepper is kind of mild, and I'm all up for pepper. Feel free to get black pepper, white pepper, cayenne pepper, Cameroon pepper, chili pepper, anything at all. They can be used in soups like okra, ogbono. We are Nigerians and we eat a lot of pepper. So yes, you should have any of these peppers in your home. Whichever one works for you, you should have them in your kitchen. Next, I'll be talking about Italian seasoning. This one is my all-time favorite. This spice is something you must have in your kitchen, especially if you're a pasta lover. Then this should not be missing in your kitchen. It contains some other spices like rosemary, savory, sage, oregano, basil, thyme, about 6 or 7 spices. It's a blend of 6 or 7 spices, and guys, I do not even joke with my Italian seasoning at all, because it can elevate your meal, especially when you use them in spaghetti or eggs. Gosh, you would love it. Benefit of getting Italian seasoning is that the different spices that have been blended together as one, it's as good as you just having each of them in your home. If you've not started using them, then this is one spice you should go to the supermarket to go and buy and start adding to your meals. Next, I'll talk about cumin. Cumin is very strong, guys. It is one strong spice that if you're not careful, it can overpower your meal and you would not like the taste. So you only need cumin in very little quantity. You only need to add a little to your meal per time. Cumin can be used to season chicken, fish, your protein and all that. It can also be used in making beans or your rice dish. You can actually use cumin in everything. Just make sure you are using it in very tiny quantity, very little quantity, guys. If not, you're not going to like it. If you like, you can get cumin, but for me, it's not one of the must-have in your kitchen. It's just something that if you like, yes, you can get it, and it must be used in very little quantity. Is ginger powder, and ginger powder is really good as well. Personally, I prefer fresh ginger to ginger powder, but ginger powder is also something you should have in your kitchen for days when you run out of ginger at home, out of the fresh gingers. And also for convenience, sometimes you just don't have that strength to make a ginger paste or anything like that. So yes, ginger powder would also come handy. You can add ginger powder in all your meals as it suits you. Next is fish and shrimp powder. So basically this is just bonga fish that has been blended, and that's just what it is. And this is also crayfish, blended crayfish. We all know how important this is in our local delicacy. To take your eforiro, your okra soup, your ogbono, your fried stew, everything you can think of, every Nigerian delicacy, native rice, anything you can think of, egusi, you definitely need crayfish in it. And also this fish powder, it's particularly good for those that don't like seeing fish in their food. So my daughter is one of those, and just for the added benefit that it gives, this blended fish powder just comes handy. They don't see it in their meal, but they are also getting the full benefits that they need to. So yes, you should have this too in your kitchen as well. Next, I'll be talking about clove. Yes, clove. I know that you might think you don't really need this because we really don't add it to most of our meals. Though personally, I had this to tapioca, and also when I'm making pap from scratch, I blend cloves in it because it allows me take pap more easily. If you're someone that get irritated a lot, clove helps with that irritation. So yes, I had it to my pap, to my tapioca, and also if you're making zobo from home, you'd be needing cloves. But apart from all these things, one major thing I use clove for is to neutralize the odor in my home. Sometimes when you make native food or you use iru and all this ogiri, the whole house starts smelling funny. So I just boil water, add some cloves and small cinnamon. Yes, like a teaspoon of cinnamon, and before you know it, that odor will be completely gone. One other thing I like to use clove for is when I have sore throat, chest pain, and all these flu-like symptoms. I simply add it to some hot water, add lemon drop or lemon slice with honey, and it actually eases that symptoms. Before you know it, the flu will disappear. Another thing you can use clove for is also to add it into warm water and gargle your mouth with the mixture once or 2 times a week. It also acts as a really good mouthwash. Clove is one spice you should have in your kitchen. Everyone should have this at home. Next is cinnamon, and as you can see, I have it in very small quantity because I really don't add it to my meal. You can use cinnamon when baking. You can add a very little, a pinch to your pastry, your flour. It actually helps the taste and flavor of your pastry. Also, what I majorly use cinnamon for is the hot water boil I talked about earlier. I use it with clove to neutralize the odor in the house whenever you cook with ogiri or anything that is very, very strong. So that's what I mostly use cinnamon for. I don't really use them in my meal. And if you must add it in your meal, then you must use very little. You don't need so much. I would also be talking about nutmeg. I don't have that here, but nutmeg is also a good spice to have at home. You can add to your pastry products, you can add to jollof rice, you can add to your stews, but you also need that in very small quantity. Personally, I don't really do much of nutmeg. I just use it whenever I am baking. I don't really do much with nutmeg, but yes, you can add it to your other meals if you like the taste. Up next is my parsley. Guys, I really like parsley. You can use parsley for everything, from pasta to egg to garnishing your food, adding to rice. You can use parsley for everything you can imagine. Everything, guys. So yes, parsley is one spice you need in your kitchen and you should add to your meals. I love parsley, and I think you should incorporate them into your meals as well. Next, I'll talk about turmeric. I love turmeric so much, especially in rice. I have a turmeric rice recipe on this channel. I'm going to link it in the description box, so if you're yet to watch the video, you can check it out. Turmeric is really nice, guys, and when used with black pepper, it is also very beneficial to health. So black pepper activates something in turmeric, and it's actually very good. Turmeric is not as strong as ginger and garlic, but it has its own flavor to food. It's kind of subtle, but it's very nice and unique. Apart from the color, the beautiful color it gives your meal, it also has its own nice taste and aroma that it gives food. So yes, turmeric, and you should not use in too much quantity so you don't totally change the color of your meal. So yes, I know you are wondering, Bestie, where is Korean thyme? Where is Korean thyme? This is it. Your all-time favorite. The only spice some people know is Korean thyme, and that's the only thing they add to their meals. If you are one of those people, then it's actually not good enough. You're not getting the best of other things that God has created to help your body, to help give your food flavor. Life is beyond Korean time. Kitchen matters, food matters is beyond Korean time. One other thing is, I don't know who lied to us that if you use curry, you must use thyme. Anyways, the person has told that lie, and I don't think we can undo it. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to add curry and thyme together. There's some meals you need thyme for and you don't even need curry. Personally, I prefer thyme to curry powder, but these two, you can use them in a lot of meals, from stew to jollof rice, to fried rice, to peppered meat, to dough. A lot of our food, to season protein, to pasta, to everything. Yes, you can use them in all your meals, but you don't necessarily have to use the two together. You just need to know when to use one and to leave the other one. Dry thyme is made from thyme leaf, and curry too, there is curry leaf. But because of how these fresh leaves don't really last long, so we all tend to just turn towards the dried ones. So yes, Korean thyme, absolutely amazing spice, but you shouldn't just be using only these two in your meals. One other spice I absolutely love is paprika powder. Paprika is very versatile, and it can be used for your all-purpose seasoning, for your chicken marinade, for your fish marinade. You can use it in stew, you can use it in rice, in pasta. Most importantly, it lends color to meal. It gives your food this rich red color. So that's why you can add it to any meal at all. It's just your pepper, just your smoked blended pepper. It's not spicy, but has its own rich flavor that it adds to food. So yes, I really like paprika as well, especially for grilling. One other spice I absolutely love is soya pepper. Guys, there is no way you don't need soya pepper in your kitchen. Soya pepper is my definition of all-purpose seasoning. There is nothing you can't do with it. You can make marinade with it, you can grill with it, you can add it to your fries, that is your yam, your chips. You can add it to plantain when you're trying to grill it. You can use it to eat your fries and all those other meals that you don't want to use pepper. It still feels like a dream that I don't have soya pepper at home. Honestly, I thought I had one that not used, but unfortunately I think I've used it and I just didn't remember that I'd already opened it. Anyways, soya pepper is a must-have in your kitchen. You can use it to season your protein, you can use it to boil your meat, you can use it for a lot of things. Honestly, I'm here to see what you can't use soya pepper for. Soya pepper is a must in your kitchen. Repeat after me. Soya pepper is a must in my kitchen. Next, we'll be talking about sauces, and we have the dark soy sauce and the light soy sauce. So these two can be used together depending on what you want it for. But if you're on a budget and you need to pick one, then I would advise that you get the dark soy sauce. Soy sauces can be used for your continental meals if you're trying to make Chinese food, Indian food, Asian food, and the rest. You can use soy sauces to make such food. It actually adds its own flavor to food, and when you're cooking with soy sauce, you really don't need so much seasoning in it, as it already contains its own seasoning, right? And even if you be using seasoning, it must not be in so much quantity. Also, it also changes the color of food. It kind of has a dark color to food. So if you're using the dark one, you should use in little quantity, but you can do so much more with the light one because it's not so concentrated, unlike the dark one. All up for healthy eating, then soy sauce should not be something you add to your meal every time. You can add it once in a while when you just feel like, indulging and just eating well, you just enjoy yourself, but it's not something you should concentrate so much on and add every time you are cooking. Soy sauce is actually very nice. It flavors food really nicely, and it's something you should have in your kitchen. Yes, it should be one of the spices you can have in your kitchen. I'll talk about the oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is also used for continental meals, and it is mostly used for seafood. As you can tell from the name, it is made from oyster, which is also a seafood. So yes, oyster is particularly really good with seafood. It is very nice. It adds a lot of flavor to meal and should also be used in little quantity. Next is sesame oil, and this oil is actually very strong. It is really concentrated. When you use very little, you would begin to feel the taste, the flavor in your meal, so you actually don't even need too much. It's also good to add sesame oil towards the end of your meal so that it doesn't give this burnt effect. When you cook for a long time with it, it tends to give an effect of the food being burnt. So you either cook from the beginning with sesame oil when you know you are not cooking for so long, probably stir fry or anything like that, but you do not need so much sesame oil to get the effect. It is actually very necessary as well for oriental dishes. It can also be used for rice dish, Singapore noodles, stir fry and the likes. Last but not the least, we have sweet chili sauce. This one, just like the name implies, can be used when you want something sweet and a little bit spicy. You know, you can use it for chicken wings, you can use it for vegetable sauce, rice sauce, and so many other food. And you can also use it as a dip for your fries. It just gives a sweet and a kind of spicy taste to food, and you can actually use it to make regular rice sauce. It is also very nice as well, and you should include this in your kitchen spice and sauce. And that's all about spices that I think every home cook should have. Now I'm going to run you through some spices that you must have. Even if you're on a budget and you don't want to get everything I mentioned earlier, you definitely need these ones. You can start getting it one by one and just start building your pantry with these spices. The first one is Italian seasoning. Please and please, if you don't have this in your kitchen, you should get it. It is so important. Number 2 on my must-have list is rosemary. One of my must-have definitely has to be pepper, be it black pepper, chili pepper, Cameroon pepper, white pepper, cayenne pepper, anyone that suits you. Pepper is a must in every Nigerian kitchen, okay? Next is garlic powder, and garlic powder can be used in almost every meal, so yes, it's important. Next is clove. I believe every kitchen or home cook needs clove, despite not using it in meals, but for all the other benefits I mentioned earlier in this video. So yes, you definitely need clove in your kitchen. Next is paprika, guys. Yes, paprika is very important and you need it in your kitchen. It's one of my must-have. Of course, we need our dear curry and thyme powder. So yes, it is actually very important in your kitchen. Lastly, it is suya pepper. You need that one in your kitchen. Please don't even joke with it. And that's all about today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two from this particular video. If you are yet to click the subscribe button and join this channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn post notification on so you can be the first to be notified whenever I post my amazing videos. And if you're an old subscriber, please share this video with your friends and family. Tell somebody about my channel today. Click the like button, drop a comment for me. I'll answer all your questions in the comments. See you in my next one, guys. Bye.